Morning, folks. This is a video about lessons that I have learned just this past week, and hoping to pass my lessons, don't do what I did, on to you. First of all, I was organizing my pantry, and just like my wood, I stack a few things a little bit higher than I should up on a shelf. I was playing Jenga with some canned beets, and I lost. A can come down and got me right there. I thought I had a gash. I thought it literally split in two, my lip, but it didn't. It was just a little tiny thing. It's still swollen on the inside. Cut it a little bit. So store light stuff up top. Use maybe a little step stool, right? Which I do have, right? Don't use it, but I have it. And the second lesson was, don't allow anyone in your garden when you are not home, seasoned gardener or not. You never want to let anyone in your garden unless you really know that they know what they're doing. Now, I had given permission for a seasoned gardener to pick my Violetto pole beans over the weekend because I just didn't get a chance to get to them. And I've got enough sitting on for seed for myself for next year and for a few other people that would like to grow them. So over the weekend, apparently they came in and picked my beans. I did not get the message until Monday morning, which was 2 days later. Yeah, I know, my phone is messed up, folks. So the first message I got was a text message saying, I'm here to pick your beans. They are beautiful. The next message I came to, and I was going in chronological order, right? It has started to rain, but that's okay. I'll be careful on the ladder. If you are a gardener and if you are a seasoned gardener, you know you don't pick beans when they're wet. You stay right away from them. Any that go by during a rainy spell, they go to seed, right? So I'm like, first of all, they are climbing a wet ladder on unsteady ground over there. You've seen it. And it was raining. So I said a few choice words after I read that message. And I already started heading over to my pole beans because I was home right when I got it. Started walking right over to my pole beans. Read the next message. I didn't fall. LOL. I picked all the beans that were ready. Okay, well, that's good, right? I did pick some of the bigger beans for seed. The beans are not ready to pick to go to seed, folks. So I was really perturbed that they were picking my beans that I gave them permission to because they were a seasoned gardener and really should have known that. When I got over to my pole bean, I was not very happy on my way over to my pole beans, and I was certainly not happy once I got to my pole beans. They did. They picked beans that were ready to pick, and they gathered some that I was allowing to go to seed. They weren't ready to collect for seed for next year. So I got in touch with her And I did. I was upset. What the hell were you doing picking my beans in the rain? Well, that's what she come back and said, well, that's what my husband said. Laura Jean won't be happy that you picked her beans in the rain. She goes, yeah, I never even gave that a thought. I didn't think. Well, obviously, she didn't have a freaking clue that day. A gardener, if you are a seasoned gardener, you shouldn't even have to stop and try to think, oh, do I pick beans in the rain? No, you do not. It comes automatic. You don't pick beans in the rain. It's something that just is rote, right? It's rote up here. I said the beans weren't ready for seed. She goes, yeah, I thought of that after I got home and started looking at them, that they weren't going to cut it for seed. This is the last time that I give permission for anyone to be in my garden when I am not home. That is a lot of time, a lot of work, and a lot of effort, along with planting, along with building what I grow here for food. I'm nice enough to want to share. But when you know someone is a seasoned gardener and they have somewhat of a brain, and you allow them to go and pick some of your produce when you are not home, and then they space out. No one is allowed in my garden anymore when I am not home. This is the problem with what is going on in the world today. No one is thinking. They are not thinking. They're not thinking ahead. They're not planning. They're not doing anything. It's just too much work now to even think and process. So I learned a lesson, that person, and I told them so, that they will not be coming over and picking any more beans, because they did. They come back and asked me if I had any left over that I didn't have time to pick, if I would let them know. I said, no, you're not doing that anymore. If you're going to not think while you're in my garden and you're going to set me back, I am not going to allow you to pick anymore. Friend or not. When it comes down to so anyway, I know I'm tired, but I'm feeling good, but I'm really kind of lightheaded today. I'm not sure why. So I am going to kind of move slow and do my thing today. Everything is good here. Like I said, it's pretty dreary and drizzly out, and I've certainly got enough to do inside my house, but I think today is going to be do a little bit and rest, do a little bit and rest. I do think that coffee is really bothering my stomach, so I'm cutting back on my coffee. I'm not sleeping all that great, folks. So the world is in shambles. The world is all screwed up. Let's be mindful. Let's do what we need to do on our end and make it work for us, and everything will be okay as long as we're prepared for whatever may happen, right? Bye-bye.